So, guys, Manchester United 2, Nottingham Forest 3, your full-time reaction from Old Trafford on this Saturday evening, where it was looking so good so early on for Manchester United under Ruben Amirom. And tonight, it's the reality of the same old Manchester United, the same old fucking story. Those players are absolutely useless, like beyond inexcusable performance at Old Trafford tonight. I mean, the 75,000 fans that have had to witness back-to-back defeats for the first time under this new manager, and I said one defeat is going to spiral Manchester United out of control. And I've got to be honest, we didn't deserve to win that game today. Manchester United were at sixes and sevens, and where you thought the records under Erik ten Hag were bad, the records that have been broken today in favour of Nottingham Forest, who have got a first Old Trafford win in 30 years, another record that Manchester United no longer hold. I honestly thought this was looking extremely positive under Ruben Amirom, and I think the back-to-back defeats is the reality of the comments that you made today that Manchester United are going to be in for a tough ride. There will be a moment of downward performances, but I didn't expect it to be that bad tonight. I honestly felt confident about the game. I felt confident that it would get the points tonight, but where that went wrong, where I didn't think it would go wrong, it's just the players don't seem to be able to step it up. And I don't know what's going on. I mean, I didn't expect to be losing to Nottingham Forest. If I'm going to be really honest with you, I know they've been a surprise package of all season so far in the Premier League, but I didn't expect it to be that tough. And I really did not expect Manchester United to lose that game. I think Ruben Amirom got the team selection correct tonight. There's not really a lot that I can pick fault with. I thought for me, at this current moment in time, that's Manchester United's strongest starting 11, par Diogo Dalot. Like, I don't understand what the favoritism is with Diogo Dalot. Like, I think that's one talking point I would make from the team selection is I don't understand why we're playing Diogo Dalot at left wing back where you've got MAZRAOui on the bench. I didn't really understand that tonight, where MAZRAOUI's probably been our standout player so far this season in several United performances. I didn't understand that, and I think it's about time that these players know the reality of that. You're not going to get picked every week, and you're not coming back into the team straight away. And I felt confident with that team. I felt confident with the players that Ruben Amirom decided to go with. I didn't really think there was a lot wrong with that team. I didn't think there was a lot wrong with that setup. I didn't think there was a lot wrong with the tactics. I didn't see there was a lot wrong by the approach. But today, I think we have to have a look at that back four. We have to look at the goalkeeping situation, and we've got to look at the way we conceded our goals today, because to concede 91 seconds into the game, and we've not even been going 2 minutes, but to concede 91 seconds into Nottingham Forest, again from another set piece, 3 goals conceded from 3 set pieces inside a week, is an absolute bloody disgrace. I mean, Man United apparently have been working on the set piece defending and the set piece solutions to our problems to stop conceding goals against us, and to concede 91 seconds in is beyond a fucking joke. I mean, it's a disaster for a start. It's a disaster for Manchester United to get going at Old Trafford tonight. But you've got to blame DALOT, you've got to blame Martinez, and you've also got to blame ONANA. I mean, it is a brilliant ball into the penalty area. It is a brilliant corner. It's a brilliant assist. And what annoys me again is that the defending is absolutely non-existent. Like, you've our favoured centre-back partnership with Martinez and DALOT as the favoured combination starting in the back three. And we expect a lot of confidence, we expect a lot of quality, and we expect a quite solid centre-back performance from both players. And I can't believe their defending was absolutely lackadaisical. Like, to allow Milenkovic, the Nottingham Forest centre-back, to basically get a free header on goal, to get a free shot on goal, And you've got DALOT and Martinez, who are both are afraid to jump for the ball, who are both afraid to even try and clear the ball out of our own penalty area. And both players just stand there again. And it's not just them. I can't believe Onana's just standing there in goal, letting that in. Like, for me, if you've got a goalkeeper who is just going to stand there and let goals in, then we need a new goalkeeper, because that, for me, has to be saved. I know DALOT and Martinez can't be bothered because they're lazy pricks and can't be bothered to jump for the ball to get that Nottingham Forest moment of danger out of our own penalty area. You can't just, in Martinez and DALOT's game, you can't just stand there. You can't be afraid to jump for the ball. You've got to defend. You've got to get the ball out of danger. And I can't believe they both just stand there and they let Milenkovic have a free shot on goal. I can't believe that's been allowed to happen again, because it happened against Arsenal twice. And again, it's happened today, where we've got lazy fucking players just standing there and letting the opposition have free shots on our goal. I can't believe the defending from both of them. I'm shocked, because, you know, they've been so far quite solid together since DALOT was brought to the club. And they've been massively exposed today. And the 91 seconds, you have thought, what a disaster. And that was the telltale of the game. It was an absolute fucking disaster. You can't go any wrong than that. But again, you have to blame those two for not defending. But you can't just blame them. You've got to blame Onana for just standing there. Like, I can't believe he's not even attempted to get a hand on it. I can't believe he's tried to move. I can't believe that he's not even tried to bother to get a hand on it. I can't believe he's just allowed Milenkovic to have that shot. I can't believe he's just stood there and let that in. I don't understand why he's not bothered to try to save it. Like, you're meant to be a top-class goalkeeper, and you're just standing there. Like, you can't just stand there in the middle of your goal and let that in. You can't just stand there. I know DALOT and Martinez should have been doing their job, and there's an absolute fundamental point. One of those two should have been communicating better with each other, and one of them should have made the opportunity to clear the corner out of our penalty area to get the ball away. But they should have realised Milenkovic has got height on his side. He's got the ability to head the ball quite powerfully into the back of your net. And when you realise the opportunity is way too late to defend, of course it was going to go in. And unfortunately to say, Nottingham Forest deserved the lead, because they've created an attacking opportunity so early on to get in front of Old Trafford, which no one really expected to happen. It's just really poor defending. But you've also got to look at Onana for just standing there. All three of them are at fault for the first goal. One of you three should have done your job to keep that moment of danger out of our penalty area. And when you've got all three of them just standing there, it's absolutely inexcusable, lazy fucking defending from our centre-backs not to clear that moment of danger out of our penalty area. It's inexcusable. There's no excuses. You need to be defending that situation better, because you know Forest have got a height advantage. You know they've got tall centre-backs, and you know they're a threat from corners. I just can't believe, again, what we witnessed against Arsenal has been witnessed yet again today, where you've got players not doing their fucking job for the manager and throwing him under the bus already. It's not fucking fair. It really, really isn't. To concede that early on, the game plan's gone out the window. And for Ruben Amirom, I feel really sorry for the guy. He doesn't deserve this. He really, really does not deserve this moment. It's not fair on the manager. It's not fair on the fans, and it's not fair on the supporters who give their fucking all for this football club to watch that shit. Honestly, a five-a-side team for the school kids could defend that situation a hell of a lot fucking better from that Nottingham Forest corner. It's not simple to defend, lads. You can't just stand there and let the opposition leapfrog you. I mean, fucking Tigger from Winnie the Pooh could fucking defend that better. At least he would jump to get that ball away, where you've got DALOT and Martinez just fucking standing there like statues. World-class centre-back partnership. World-class partnership, my fucking ass. You can't just stand there, lads. It's inexcusable. It really, really is. But Onana is at fault also for the first goal. You've got to try and save that. You can't just stand there and let that go in. You got to try and attempt to keep that out. It's a lazy goalkeeping and it's lazy centre-back play from DALOT and Martinez for the first Nottingham Forest goal. It is inexcusable to let a goal like that in so early on. 91 fucking seconds in and you've gone 1-0 down already. And I don't think Ruben Amirom expected that. I really did not think that was the game plan. Let Nottingham Forest go in front really early on. Let them dominate the play. Let them dominate possession. But to be fair, in Manchester United's defence, we then took back control of the game. We responded really, really well from that moment of failure again. We started to create the attacking opportunities. We started to create chances on the Forest goal. And we started to get a lot more forward with the ball instead of playing the ball a lot more back. And I thought, again, the criticism I've got again is Alan Smith on the Sky Sports commentating team tonight. He doesn't know where UGARTE fits into this team. He doesn't understand where UGARTE is benefiting Manchester United. I don't know what game Alan Smith is watching. I don't know what grudge he has got against Manchester United, and I don't understand what he's talking about. UGARTE doesn't fit into the team. UGARTE doesn't fit this system. He doesn't know what UGARTE is offering Manchester United long term. Well, at least he makes the midfield job a lot more comfortable. At least he can pass the ball. At least he clears the moment of danger away from our penalty area. And at least he can actually get the more forward with the ball instead of going back. Because a lot of those players can't be bothered to get the ball forward. A lot of those players just pass it back because they can't be asked. UGARTE is looking solid week by week, game by game. He is the only player at this moment in time that I have got any fucking confidence in. I'm sorry to say, he's the only player I'm trusting. Because at least he's doing his job. At least he's doing the midfield role that he was meant here to be, what he was brought here to do. It's unfortunate that the rest of the fucking team are letting him down. At least he can actually pass. At least he gets the ball forward. At least he keeps the opposition away a lot more from our goal compared to letting the opposition at our goal for free. At least he does his defensive work. At least he does his defensive role. So I don't know what Alan Smith is talking about, that I don't know where UGARTE fits into this team. I don't know where he fits into this system. I don't know how he improves Manchester United. Well, I don't know what game you're watching, Alan Smith, but I think you need to open your eyes and actually fucking wake up a little bit. Your comments are naive. Your opinion's bullshit. And in my view, you're making no sense what you're talking about. You're telling me UGARTE's not improving us. You're telling me UGARTE's not making the midfield better. You're telling me UGARTE's not going to make any difference for Manchester United's midfield future. I don't understand that. Clearly, there's a grudge there. Clearly, Alan Smith thinks he knows better than others and clearly thinks he's Mr. fucking Billy Big Bollocks. I'm sorry. His criticism for UGARTE is unjustified. I don't know what game he's watching, but he's the only player that's actually trying in that Man United team because the rest of them are shit. Beyond crap. Like, it's beyond pathetic that a new signing is outshining players that have been here for way too long. It's a shame that a new player has to expose the shit around him. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. Because I think UGARTE realises the lack of experience and a lack of quality around him is quite frankly unbelievable. UGARTE is the only one trying, and he looks more solid. He's looking better and better. And a lot of people were writing UGARTE off. Well, I'd go back and watch the last 4 or 5 games in a row, and I'd go and watch what UGARTE actually offers. Go and watch previous Man United games and go and watch the performance again today, because he's the only one that's actually trying to get Manchester United a lot more up the pitch. At least he's doing his defensive role. At least he's winning the ball back. At least he's putting tackles in. At least he's not afraid to put his heart on the line for this football club. At least he's actually trying, because it exposes Manchester United on how weak of a mentality some of these players have actually got. And again, you have to applaud UGARTE for the through ball that he slipped through to Garnacho and split the Nottingham Forest centre-back partnership wide open. The through ball is absolute pure genius. And again, the through ball is fantastic. It's just a shame that you've got an inconsistent shit like Garnacho who can't control the ball properly. And again, his control is really, really crap. I mean, I can control that ball better. It's not fucking difficult to actually control the ball better. I've played high professional football at a high level. I think I know what I'm talking about. His control is really, really shit. Garnacho should be ashamed of that first touch, because I tell you what, if he plays even more of a heavy first touch, that ball would have rolled to Matt Sells, the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, a lot more quicker if Garnacho's first touch would have even been more weaker than what it already is. It's a really, really weak first touch, and Garnacho should be ashamed of himself for making that first heavy touch in the first place. You need to be controlling that better, Garnacho. There is no excuses for the way that you've controlled that ball. It's really, really weak. It's really, really, quite frankly, pathetic. And quite frankly, you should be ashamed of the attempted shot on goal. But thankfully, it's palmed off the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, Matt Sells, for Rasmus HOJLUND to have a tap in. 3 goals in 3 games isn't exactly bad for Rasmus HOJLUND at this moment of time, in the moment of this season. It's not exactly bad. And for me, I honestly thought we would have pushed on when we got that equaliser. I really, really thought we would have pushed on. I really expected Manchester United to go on and win the game, because we got the equaliser. For me, we didn't really deserve that equaliser, because I thought we were really, really poor. In the whole 97 minutes today, I thought we were really, really fucking poor. There is no excuses from those players today to play and perform like that. There's no excuses. That was beyond a joke how we played and how we performed and how we set ourselves out to fail again. And, the moment of glory was getting that equaliser. We got back in the game. We deserved to get back in the game when we went 1-0 down. We dominated the game after that, inside that first half, and we created so many more opportunities on that Nottingham Forest goal. And again, we didn't take them. I think the only chance we had in that first half was the Rasmus HOJLUND goal. Apart from that, what really other decent opportunity did we have? I think the only opportunity we did have was when Bruno Fernandes had that free kick on the edge of the Forest penalty area and it hit the bar. But again, they're waxing lyrical over the Bruno Fernandes free kick. I mean, I wish people would stop being so fucking mental and realise it was actually quite a shit free kick. The free kick is really weak. It's really poor execution. And quite frankly, the free kick is going way off target. The free kick has to take a deflection of one of the Nottingham Forest centre-backs in the wall just for it to hit the bar. And people wax and lyrical, oh, it's hit the bar. That would have been a beautiful goal and all this, that and the other. It's a shit free kick. It's really poor execution. I can hit a better free kick than that. It's not difficult to get the ball on target. It's not hard to get the ball over the opposition's wall. It's not really difficult. But Bruno Fernandes' technique, they wax lyrical over it. They absolutely wax fucking lyrical. And they think it's a great attempt on goal. It's taken a massive deflection just for it to hit the bar, to deny us to go 2-1 in front. It's really, really, it's lackadaisical views. It's lackadaisical backing of certain underperforming players that aren't performing at Man United's level. And they're waxing lyrical over a free kick that took a massive deflection off the Forest wall because it hit the bar. And it's unfucking believable that we are so soft with some of these players. Like, you've got to be absolutely cruel to be kind here. It's a shit free kick. It takes a massive deflection off the wall and it hits the bar. Get over it. Move on. That's a shit free kick. I can do better. It's not difficult to hit a good free kick. It's really not that difficult. And if that would have gone in, it probably would have changed the game. We probably would have gone in and won. But again, did we deserve the lead at halftime? No, we didn't. I don't think we did. Even though we dominated the game after we got the equaliser, fair enough. We dominated the game, dominated the ball, dominated possession, and created most of the chances. We were really pushing Nottingham Forest back more and more. They couldn't get hold of the ball. They couldn't get hold of the possession, and we started to dominate the game. And I thought, you know what? That's the Man United we're wanting to react. You go 1-0 down, you get back in the game, make it 1-1, get the second, go in at half-time 2-1 up. But unfortunately, again, it doesn't happen. And again, what happens inside the second half? Well, let's talk about that back three again, and then let's talk about the fucking goalkeeping. And again, I think the main problems today have been that back three and have been that fucking goalkeeper. Honest to God, if I was Ruben Amirom, I would have dragged ONANA off at half-time. or I would have dragged him off after the second goal. Because, again, what annoys me, and not a lot of people are looking at the pass and the combination play between Leny Yoro and Bruno Fernandes. Yoro gets the ball. He plays it to Bruno. Bruno then plays the ball out on the outside of the edge of his right foot and tries to play quite a cheeky pass back to Leny Yoro. And unfortunately, Leny Yoro has already ran more ahead of the ball, and the ball's gone backwards. And not a lot of people are pinpointing that for criticism. A lot of people should have gone in on fucking Bruno Fernandes for trying to attempt to play a cheeky pass like that. It's fucking unbelievable that people will not go in on Bruno Fernandes. The pass that leads up to the Forest second goal, because he wants to try and play a cheeky pass back to Leny Yoro, and people don't want to criticise that. People don't want to pinpoint, but that Bruno was also at fault. I'm sorry, to play a cheeky pass like that on the outside of your foot back to the main centre-back who's had his first game at Old Trafford since his injury in pre-season. It's his Old Trafford debut, and you want to make Leny Yoro look really fucking stupid. Well, congratulations to Bruno, because I tell you what, your passing ability is getting absolutely worse. His passing ability is dreadful. You really should have got your head up and looked a lot more forward when you had the ball. But you had the audacity to pass the ball like that back to Yoro in the way that you did to create the Nottingham Forest goal. And what annoys me, we move from that. We move from when we lose the ball, when we lose possession. Morgan Gibbs-White picks up the ball and he's allowed to keep running and running and running and running. And I can't believe the shot he's been allowed to have on goal, by the way. I can't believe the shot that has been allowed to happen again, where you've got players not running back for the ball. You've got no one trying to put a block on the shot. You've got no one trying to put a tackle in. I can't believe how many lazy bastards we have got in this team not trying to win the ball back. I can't believe how many of these players won't put their body on the line. I can't believe how many will not put a tackle in and try and get that ball back off Morgan Gibbs-White. He's one of Nottingham Forest's best players currently in their midfield setup. No wonder he is back playing for England. No wonder he's been given his opportunity, because his performances deserve it. But the shot is an incredible shot. There's so much power on it. But the problem I've got is not just by our lazy defending to block the shot or to try and win the ball or to get the ball back or put our body on the line to attempt to stop another attempt on our goal. I can't believe the shot that he's had is straight down the middle of Onana's net, and again has just fucking stood there and allowed it to go in. The ball is gone in straight down the middle where Onana was placed, in the middle of the goal, and he's been caught out by the shot. The shot is straight down the neck of the goal. It's straight down the middle where Onana is standing in the middle of the goal. And he's allowed that to go in. I can't believe he's been allowed to have a free shot on goal. But I can't believe Onana's just stood there again and fucking crouching on the spot. I mean, we're not fucking playing leapfrog here. We're not playing leapfrog. You can't just stand there and crouch because you've misjudged the ball. You've misjudged the Morgan Gibbs-White shot and you've allowed it to go in. That is fucking lazy goalkeeping. It really is. You can't just stand there. You've got to keep it out, mate. And yes, there's enough power. Yes, there's enough of finesse on it. And it's straight down the middle of the goal. And Onana's just stood there. And he's allowed it to go into the net. It's lazy goalkeeping. I'm sorry. Onana is a shocking goalkeeper. You can't just stand there, mate. You can't just stand there. It's such amateurish goalkeeper. If you were to have put Brandier in goal today, that would have been kept out. But again, you've also got to take responsibility to how many players Morgan Gibbs-White just basically walked through. And basically, I'm going to have a free shot on goal. There's no one around me. No one's going to put their body on the line. Not one of these lazy pricks is going to put a tackle in. I'm just going to have a free shot here and hope it goes in. But he hits it well. And you've got to applaud that Morgan Gibbs-White actually goes for it. You've got to applaud that. Because you don't see any of those Man United players doing it. You really, really don't. You don't see Man United players trying to go for the spectacular anymore. It's too simple. It's too basic. It's boring. It's boring football. It really, really is. And the second goal to get Forest back in the game and to get them back in front, you think to yourself, can we do what we did in the first half and go up the other end and equalise straight away? But we don't. And you think the situation wasn't worse then. The situation for the third goal is absolutely fucking shocking. Again, Onana is at fault for the third goal. But you've also got to blame the back three. You've got to blame the midfield for the way that a cross was allowed to go in our penalty area. No one puts their body on the line. No one puts a tackle in. No one tries to block the cross. No one wants to try and keep these Nottingham Forest attacking problems from stopping. Again, we move back to the quality of Morgan Gibbs-White. We know what he's done for the second goal, but the cross from the third goal is absolutely phenomenal. The way he's allowed to put that long pass cross into our penalty area, no one's around him. Not one United player is near enough to him to block the cross. No one's put a block in. No one's put a tackle in. All of us have just stood there again and allowed a cross like that to go directly into our penalty area. And not one of those lazy pricks, again, has decided, you know what? I can't be bothered to defend this because there's no way we're going to be able to put a tackle. We're not going to be able to put a block and we're not going to be able to defend the situation. And you think to yourself, I was kind of hoping the cross wouldn't have got to a moment of player in the day. And hello to Alex World in the chat. Please subscribe if you're new. It's absolutely stupid the way Morgan Gibbs-White was allowed that free time on the right-hand side of our pitch near the United penalty area in the second half. I can't believe that no one's around him to block the cross. I can't believe no one's put a tackle. I can't believe not one of those United players is bothered to close down the cross. Why has he been allowed all that time? Why has he been allowed that free space? Why is no one bothered to close the fucking cross down? Because you know what Chris Wood can do in the fucking penalty area when he's left alone at the back post again. So it's another set piece and is another shit, inconsistent, crap United defending again. Honest to God, you think to yourself, don't make this worse. And the third goal is an absolute circus. It's an absolute pantomime because the communication between Martinez and Onana, I get more communication through fucking pigeon mail. Honestly, you might as well get Dastardly and Muttley to go and catch the fucking pigeon again and start fucking chasing him down. Catch the pigeon, catch the pigeon, catch the pigeon, yeah. Honestly, the header from Chris Wood is a phenomenal header. Again, it's poor defending because you've allowed Chris Wood to get that high in the air. You've allowed him to out jump the United player and you've allowed him to have a free shot on goal. Again, you've allowed him to have all the space. You've allowed him to have all the time in the world to get to the ball. And you've basically allowed him to have a free shot, haven't you? And again, the ball leaps over Onana and the misjudgment from Lisandro Martinez is unfucking believable. The misjudgment from Martinez is fucking excusable. And again, the Chris Wood header, the ball has leaped over Onana's net and it's leaped over Onana's head and it's gone at the back post. You've got to blame Onana's misjudgment again because look at the back of the net. Look on the right side of the net. Look at all the space he got to aim at Chris Wood. Look at all the free space that corner of the net had. Chris Wood knew exactly what he was doing. He was aiming for the space. He was aiming for the target. And Chris Wood, to his greatness, I mean, he's Nottingham Forest's now all-time top goal scorer in Premier League history. Again, honest to God, another record that has been broken at Old Trafford, but not in our favour. The goalkeeping is terrible. Onana, again, for the third goal, That is poor goalkeeping. To allow Chris Wood to basically have a free header on goal and for the ball to leap over you into the bottom right-hand corner of your net because you've left him all that space to aim at. You've left his head all that shot space to find the free goal. But the communication between Martinez and Onana is shocking. It's beyond shocking that neither of them communicate and one of them or both of them decide, well, we think the ball's going out of play. It's not going in the net. What have we got to worry about? Well, what you've got to worry about, lads, is that this ball's heading towards the net. One of you has got to make a decision here, and I can't believe both of them just leave it and let the ball go in. I can't believe that. I'm really, really struggling to understand. And you've got two players trying to defend the same situation. You've allowed that ball to just go in. And you can't be bothered because you think that moment of danger is not going into the back of the net. The communication shocking. The goalkeeping is terrible. And the defending from Martinez is also shocking. But I'm not blaming Martinez entirely. Because Martinez has got every right to think that ball's going out. I think Martinez has misjudged it. I think he thinks it's going back past the post. And he thinks it's going out for a United goal kick. But Onana should be doing better goalkeeper than that. It really, really is quite simple goalkeeping to keep that Chris Wood header out. It's unbelievable goalkeeping. It really, really is shocking to the highest level of professional football. That is one of the worst goalkeeping performances, okay, I've ever seen at Old Trafford. It is one of the worst goalkeeping performances ever I've witnessed in a Man United goalkeeper shirt. The goalkeeping is absolutely fucking horrendous. For Chris Wood to have all that time in the world, all that space to have the free header on goal, the free shot, I can't believe he's out-leaped a Man United player. He's out-leaped our own goalkeeper and got the ball over him, and it's ended up in the back of the net. Why Onana has left all that free space at the back post for the goal? Why has he left all that space? Does Onana think he's going back post or something? Or is he going near the front post? I don't get why he's left all that space. You really need to be defending the whole of your goal with all of your body. And you can't be leaving space for the opposition to have free shots on goal at. You can't be doing that as a goalkeeper. You can't be leaving the opposition free space to have a shot on goal. You can't be leaving your net wide fucking open to that. I'm sorry, you can't be doing that. It's shocking at the highest level. Of professional football, I have never seen a goalkeeper performance like that ever in my life. I really, really haven't. I thought Ben Foster was bad. I thought De Gea was bad under Ten Hag. But this is really taking the biscuit now. It really, really is shocking goalkeeping from Onana for all three goals today. Get this Wally out of goal. I would rather have Wonka from the Wonka film fucking in goal. Because he'd do a better job. At least he's consistent. At least he's making good fucking chocolates to sell in the shops. Because I tell you what, Onana can't keep a fucking ball out the net. It's unbelievable goalkeeping. I'm sorry. He's at fault today. Massively at fault. Massively at fault for all three goals. But it's distribution. You think, oh, don't ruin that as well. The ball he kicks out 2 or 3 minutes later to clear the ball away from danger. He can't even get it up the middle of the pitch because the ball he pings out goes straight to Morgan Gibbs-White. And again, look at the ball that Morgan Gibbs-White gets in the penalty area and plays the ball through to Jota. And thank God UGARTE is back to block any chance of an assist from Jota to get in that, to put it free on the plate for another Forest another Forest player inside the United penalty area. Thank God UGARTE actually got back and did his job. Because again, that is also on Onana. That was massively on Onana for the third goal. But his distribution was even worse. There's got to be a change of goalkeeper. Because this is really starting to hit home. Some of the players we've got here are shit. Massively shit. And it ain't good enough. It's massively not good enough. And I'm afraid to say the days of Onana are numbered. After that today, get him out of goal. Because he ain't the answer to keep the goalkeeping problem from being solved. It's making it worse. Do you know what? I thought the game was done. I thought, you know what? We've lost. There's no coming back from this. We're 3-1 down. How the hell do we turn this around? I'm still struggling to see how we get back in that game, to be fair. And again, thank God Bruno Fernandes actually corrects the error to his ways for creating the Nottingham Forest second goal. He has to apologise to Lenny Yoro for putting him in that situation, because you've made Yoro look like a right complete twat. You've put him in a right stupid position tonight for playing that ball back to him the way you should have done better with. But thank God he then puts amends and plays a first-time ball to Amad. And Amad Diallo is the only United player attacking-wise that I have got any faith in. At least he gets in that penalty area, and at least he's creating chances on goal, and at least he's actually taken on the opposition, where players of present are too afraid to do it because they're too pussy, because they're too scared. Honest, the only attacking player I've got faith in is Amad. And you can see why he plays 90-odd minutes every game, because he's the only threat we've got on goal from the attacking wing positions. He's the only threat we've got, because Garnacho ain't all that. Rashford ain't all that. Anthony is nowhere to be seen today. Probably wise after the fucking abysmal performance against Arsenal on Wednesday night. So the only faith we've got is Amad. And do you know what? At least Amad, he did have a shot on goal when he did get the ball. And you've got to criticise him for, taking it on himself. Because Rashford is making an outside run in that penalty area. Could have unleashed a shot on goal and got us the equaliser. Got the goal back to make it 3-2. But at least Amad isn't selfish again. And at least he sees Bruno Fernandes in all that free space just outside the Forest penalty area. It's a great goal from Bruno Fernandes. It's a great strike. And do you know what? I thought we're going to come back and get a point. And do you know what? If we got a point, it could have been a lot worse. If we had got a point, would have probably been unjustified, because I think Nottingham Forest, to their credit, did deserve to win the game. I think they're playing some brilliant football under Nuno. And again, like I said in the look ahead, team of the season, surprise of the season. Nottingham Forest are that. Nottingham Forest are that team of surprise. They are surprising everybody. They are surprising everybody at this current moment in time. And Nuno is ripping up the script. And he did a fantastic job at Wolves. Imagine if Wolves would have kept Nuno now. They might have been in a better position where Nottingham Forest... Well, look at Forest. They're flying up the league table now. I think they're near the top four. Well, I tell you, if they get into Europe and they get top four, you've got to give Nottingham Forest team of the season. You'd have to give it to Nuno Espirito Santo manager of the year. You would have to do it, because they've come to Old Trafford and we've completely been outclassed. And I thought when we got the second goal back, we'll come back and draw. But again, the subs didn't work, did they? Rashford didn't work. ZRIKZEE didn't work. Mount didn't work. Maguire didn't work. And who else was brought on? Maguire, Rashford, MAZRAOUI, ZRIKZEE. Who else came on? I knew Maguire came on. Rashford came on. MAZRAOUI came on. And ZRIKZEE. Mount was the other one, Mason Mount. That five didn't work, did it, Eric? That five didn't work, Ruben, did it? I tell you what, the subs again are absolutely non-existent in the second half. I mean, I know all of them are probably pissed that they're not starting and they're not in the team selection or they're not in the starting 11, but haven't the subs been shit as well inside the second half when they've been brought on? The non-existency is quite incredible. I mean, do some of those players feel hard done by? Do some of those players feel mistreated again? Or do some of these players basically can't be bothered because they're not playing much football? I don't understand. Or is Ruben Amirom basically trying to show that the team that started today is probably his strongest lineup? On paper, that's probably the strongest team, par Diego Dalot. Because I felt sorry for MAZRAOUI. I feel massively sorry for him. He's been United's player of the season, in my view, in a lot of fans' views and a lot of supporters' views. MAZRAOUI should have been starting today's game. You shouldn't have been putting Diego Dalot at left wing back. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. But if it's Ruben Amirom, is it the coaching? Or basically, is Ruben Amirom sending a message that I need a left back? because I don't trust MAZRAOUI. Diego Dalot isn't very good, and I need a left back who can play left wing back. It's probably a message, and I think it's probably a message getting well received by Ineos and the owners and the Glazers, because I think it's needed now. I think it's massively, massively needed we bring a left back, because a lot is getting told. I mean, look at the bench today. Ericsson got unused. Casemiro got unused. Because I think Ruben Amrim's realised there's a lot of crap on that bench. There's a lot of crap on that bench. And I think he's realised quite quickly that the team he needs ain't this lot. And I think today it's another step backwards. Back-to-back defeats. And it was going so well. I ain't going to panic. But if this carries on, and Ruben Amorim, and I quote, did say United are going in for a tough period soon, and it's going to be a tidal wave, and it's going to be treacherous. But I didn't expect to be losing to Nottingham Forest. I think if any United fan went there today and felt we were going to lose, I think a lot of United fans wouldn't have believed you. I thought Nottingham Forest were going to come in like they did against City. I thought their performance against Man City, they were decent, and they created their chances, but Man City did show their class. They did show their quality, and Nottingham Forest left themselves massively wide open at the Etihad. I didn't expect them to come and improve that quickly. I really did not see Nottingham Forest coming to Old Trafford today and playing that well. And you've got to applaud them. You really, really have. United did not deserve to win that game. Nottingham Forest were the better team, not just in the first half, but they were the better team in the second half as well. They were phenomenal. And again, I said Nuno's doing a good job in the look ahead, and he is doing a fantastic job. And again, a lot of people didn't want Nuno in at Nottingham Forest, but now looking like a blessing in disguise. And again, when you've got Chris Wood breaking a record, becoming Nottingham Forest's top Premier League goal scoring striker ever, that's a sign of worry when that's happening at Old Trafford. But when a record has been broken, that Nottingham Forest haven't won at Old Trafford against Manchester United for 30 fucking years, that also for me is a sign. That for me is a sign of, oh shit, here we go again. And it felt like that today. It felt like here we go again. We can't keep going through these rough periods. We need to be stable. But our heart rate is going up and down on the scanner, because we are so up and down again. Like, it was looking so great, and now all of a sudden these two defeats, again down to poor goalkeeping and poor defending, as well as a lack of quality that is not being shown from the subs in the second half, because I don't know what any of those subs did for most of that second half appearances or their cameos when they came on. The only bright sparks that have to be applauded are Ahmad and UGARTE. They're the only positives I find out of today's game. And I'm giving them player of the match because, again, like I said on the look ahead, they're the only players I would feel trying to build a team around. Those two are the only ones that are showing solid performances. They're both doing their job that the manager's looking for, and they're both getting better. So I think that's probably a positive from today. But the negative is today, it's down to the defending and it's down to the goalkeeping as well. It's just been absolute amateurish from Onana. It's been a calamity for Martinez. And for Lenny Yoro, I hope he's going to get an apology from Bruno Fernandes, because the way he exposed Yoro and the situation he has put Yoro in tonight, he's made Yoro look like a League Two centre-back. The pass back from Bruno is disgusting. That should have been better. That should have been of a lot more higher quality, because when you allow a ball for Morgan Gibbs-White and he's allowed a free shot on goal, this is what happens. But when you have a piss-poor goalkeeper, a piss-poor centre-back free, and a poor goalkeeper, this is what happens. But I think, you know what? If I was Ahmad and if I was UGARTE, I'd be hanging your heads held high tonight, because you actually are outperforming the rest of these lot. You are showing the consistency. You are showing the levels of quality. It's just a shame that the rest of the shit bags around you are fucking you two over, who are going to fuck your careers here at this football club. And a lot of it needs to be called out. A lot of this needs to go. Ruben Amorim has got to be given money now in January, because any more defeats, where does that leave Amorim? Where does that leave Man United? Because I tell you what, people think we're going to get top four in Champions League football. Keep fucking dreaming after that, because Nottingham Forest have got to win at Old Trafford for the first time today in 30 years. So I'm going to leave it on that bombshell. Please hit the like button and the share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video, hit the sweet button, hit the retweet button. And remember the notification bell. If you put that bell on, you will see all the brand new content of brand new videos, brand new shorts, brand new live streams that we've got planned for the last 3 weeks in December. In 2024 this year, we are only 18 days away now from Christmas. Hope you're all looking forward to the festive season. And the next chat we will have about Manchester United, we will be doing the live look ahead for the UEFA Europa League game. We are away to Victoria Pilsen in the Europa League on Thursday night. And God forbid, if that was to be a defeat, that's 3 defeats in a row for Ruben Amirom. All of a sudden, it's not looking good, bruv, is it? I fear for Amirom, I really do. But again, I think it's on the players and the performance in the second half, especially in the first half. To concede from 91 seconds is a fucking joke. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of Saturday evening, whatever you're all doing. Stay safe, be nice and be kind. Show you're all legends, you're all legendary. Manchester United 2, Nottingham Forest 3. Nottingham Forest have a win at Old Trafford for the first time in 30 years. I'll leave you on that bombshell.